Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, April 1, 2025. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says municipal corporations will be the first to receive attention as government moves to reduce bureaucratic hurdles under the Streamlining Processes for Efficiency and Economic Development SPEED program.
They are absolutely important to the local economy in how fast they facilitate business and investment. And we will ensure that our parish councils move in concert with business to ensure that businesses that are ready to invest are not inhibited and hampered.
SPEED is part of the broader effort to modernize the public sector and boost productivity. The Prime Minister's mandate for a comprehensive review of governance arrangements, systems and processes is now underway. Targeted reforms are also being implemented across the whole of government that will eliminate inefficiencies, reduce bureaucracy, and enhance the ease and speed of doing business.
This strategic effort signifies our commitment to creating an environment in which businesses can flourish.
Dr. Holness was delivering the keynote address at the Manchester Chamber of Commerce Awards banquet on Saturday. It was held under the theme, Shielding Our Businesses, Recognizing Excellence in 2024. A $29 million initiative has been launched to build financial literacy among approximately 450 farmers, agribusiness owners, and key stakeholders in the agriculture sector. The Agricultural Sector Financial Literacy and Inclusion Capacity Building Program was launched last week. It will provide targeted financial training and the tools needed to help participants secure funding, modernize, and expand their businesses. The initiative is a collaboration by the Development Bank of Jamaica DBJ, the Rural Agricultural Development Authority RADA, and the Jamaica Agricultural Society JAS. Both the DBJ and the Ministry of Agriculture have agreed that the program will address the financial barriers faced by farmers and enable them to access loans, investments, and other financial services.
If we are going to fix agriculture, if we are going to ensure that our farmers and our agricultural entrepreneurs will be able to maximize their potential, then they have to have access to financing. The only way we can effectively do this is through partnership.
This is more than just a training initiative. This is about transforming mindsets and breaking down those barriers that have held back too many for too long. We're envisioning that these skills will manage finances effectively by increasing their access to capital and to scale their businesses in a sustainable way.
Through the program, 50 entrepreneurs will first receive training in developing bankable business plans, while RADA will train 40 extension officers who will then train farmers across all parishes to ensure sustainable impact. Over $1.5 billion in direct assistance has been dispersed to families across the island who were affected by Hurricane Beryl last year. The Category 4 system impacted the island on July 3. Minister of Labour and Social Security, Beryl Charles Jr., gave the update recently in St. Elizabeth at the presentation of checks under Rebuild Jamaica. Over 100 hurricane victims benefited. Minister Charles Jr. says the assistance being provided has not been a one-time response, but a continuous mission.
Over 90% of the households identified in our initial assessments have received financial assistance. We have provided technical support to help homeowners rebuild stronger, more resilient structures. Small businesses that were affected by the hurricane also received grants to aid in their recovery, ensuring that the economic heartbeat of St. Elizabeth continues to thrive.
Persons received checks valued at $50,000, $150,000, and $400,000 based on the results of the needs assessment that was conducted. Effective today, April 1, the Public Procurement Commission, PPC, will extend the validity period of supplier registration certificates from 18 months to 3 years. Speaking at a recent JIS think tank, PPC Executive Director Nadia Morris explained that the decision was made after extensive consultation with stakeholders.
Based on our stakeholder engagements and feedback from our suppliers, it was always felt the 18 months was too short. And so based on that, we saw the need and government went ahead and amended the legislation.
Legislative amendments were also made to adjust the fees for supplier registration across the 5 procurement categories.
For grade 1, that category is unlimited, so you can bid on any amount of projects. And that price was $60,000 and it's increased to $120,000. Grade 2 was also $60,000 and it's also increased to $120,000. Grade 4, that's $5,000 like startups, and that is increased to $10,000. And then we have artisans grade 5, that was $1,000, it's now increased to $2,000.
St. Jude's Primary in St. Andrew is now one of 21 primary schools across Jamaica to receive a state-of-the-art smart laboratory. The new facility, donated by the Digital Foundation, was delivered in partnership with the Ministry of Education to enhance education by leveraging the use of technology. The lab is equipped with 24 computers, an interactive smartboard, a printer, smart door lock for added security, and high-speed internet connectivity. The smart lab is expected to transform the learning and teaching experience of teachers and students alike. The school also received additional support from Councillor for the Maxfield Division, Dennis Gordon, who pledged $100,000 from his Jack Den Foundation to further enhance the facility. And finally, the upskilling of healthcare workers continues, with 15 nurses at Victoria Jubilee Hospital completing specialized training in maternal and neonatal care. The 5-month training program is designed to raise the standard of maternal and neonatal care through advanced nursing skills and best practices. The nurses are now equipped to care for newborns that are at high risk. The training was facilitated by the JIS Foundation in partnership with the Center for Global Health at Connecticut Children's Hospital in the United States. The JIS Foundation also donated critical nursing supplies to the hospital's maternal and neonatal unit. President of the JIS Foundation, Diane Pollard, says the goal is to expand the training to all regional health authorities, ultimately enhancing maternal and neonatal care across Jamaica. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.